bring in Gavin Kelly, who's the CEO of the Road Freight Association, as you can see, live to us there via our video link. And Gavin, it's great to have you on the program, and an all too familiar story this, isn't it?
Hi, Ayanda. Good morning to you and your viewers. I wish you would talk to me about something else, or we had something better to talk about. But yes, this has been going on circa about 6 years now. All I can say right now is we're very, very grateful, thankful that the drivers weren't killed or injured. But we cannot continue like this. We have a task team that's set up to deal with if this is anything from that grouping who is unhappy about foreign drivers in the country. Of course, we don't know who has perpetrated this act. That's only going to come out in a couple of days, I'm sure. And the worrying thing is that it could be a totally different group, and we have no idea who this is.
Yeah. So, I mean, what should we make of the work being done then by this task team? I mean, are we asking for too much to start seeing the results already, or is it safe to say that they're completely ineffective?
Well, I think good question. The first thing is that it has been going pitifully slowly, and most of the stakeholders in the task team have said this is a problem. There was a little bit of a spanner in the wheel a couple of weeks ago when the Minister of Home Affairs totally surprised us and extended that ZEP permit, allowing those ZEP holders to stay in the country to the end of the year. And then, of course, there's been the court's decision or judgment stating that the activities or actions taken against those ZEP holders was unconstitutional. So we are a bit of a backlog or deadlock on that one. But there are some other issues that really need to happen very, very quickly. And the first one is dealing with those employers who employ foreign individuals in the country without the right paperwork, whether it's a work permit or whether it's a ZEP in this case.
So what, you reckon this is beyond just robberies or any of that kind of criminality? You know, this is linked still to those long-standing labor issues in the industry?
Well, I don't know, because if you look at what happened last night, the road was blockaded. I don't know whether the drivers were given a chance to get out of their vehicles. From what we've heard, and it's all at this stage supposition or presumptions, it seems like the drivers were told to get out of their vehicles, and then the vehicles were burnt. They weren't looted. This wasn't common criminal theft. This was arson, destruction of property. So I think a number of things we're going to have to try and find out. First of all, who were these operators, so we can try and understand what sort of background they come from, why were they targeted? Or was it just 6 trucks that happened to be there at that time? So that's really what we're struggling with right now, Ayanda, is to find out who's behind this and why.
Yeah, fair enough. You know, this is an issue that exists throughout the country, but there's just something about the N3 that seems to make people traveling on that particular route easy targets. What do you reckon it is?
Well, first of all, it is the busiest national route in the country. We have every day 3,500 freight vehicles moving north and moving south. So that's over 7,000 freight vehicles. There are various choke points. So from a military perspective, if you wanted to attack a target and you wanted to attack it where it was going to be congested or would like concertina up with the most amount of vehicles, the highest possibility of success. The N3 is good for that. You've got the passes. Now the passes are natural chokes. Trucks drive far slower than they would normally be driving on the other sections of the road. So it really, really is, for want of a better word, an ideal target and a soft target if there isn't good security presence on that route. Yeah,
speaking of that, we're now told that a large police contingent is in that particular area. But obviously this is not going to be sustained to ensure that we don't have a repeat of this kind of incident. In your mind, what do those long-term security solutions look like?
Well, I think, Ayanda, one of the things that really baffles us is that this sort of thing happens, there must be some sort of planning. Somebody must know about it. So where are our intelligence resources in terms of the South African police services or the security structures in the country? That's the first thing. Secondly, we've seen this going backwards and forwards, the N3, and there are a couple of other routes as well, over the last 5 to 7 years. Surely by now, we should have mobile or far more patrolling on the route, but at least substations or sector stations that can very quickly deal with this sort of thing.
Absolutely. Once again, it's an all too familiar sight, this, one wonders what it will take to finally solve the issue. Gavin Kelly, thanks for giving us your reaction early this Sunday morning. Gavin is the CEO of the Road Freight Association.